Hi everyone, this is Karak from ACG, and today I bring to you the review for Minecraft Story Mode Episode 4 Witherstorm Finale, where the Witherstorm saga is coming to a close. But really, has Telltale's chunky heroes and heroines and pigowins, as I like to call their pig-based heroes, held up under all these episodes to bring a satisfactory conclusion? Like, let's say, some of their much-lauded sibling titles? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Tales from the Borderlands. Well, let's check it out and see if it does. As always, if you like the video, maybe subscribe. So here is the review for Minecraft Story Mode, Episode 4. The end, but not really. Pig sidekicks doing anything for a cake, and the proof that the saying, never meet your heroes, is most likely right on. Let's do this. Graphics are technically up first. And I say technically for a reason, as this title is the fourth in a series, I won't be really covering things like graphics as it is the exact same engine. I can say that the locations here continue to evoke this feeling of exploration. There's a very tangible connection of being within the Minecraft world that could have been easily lost. In fact, that's one thing I think that Story Mode does surprisingly well. If you haven't played Minecraft, it could make you interested in this shady world of fat-nosed witches, pig heroes, and diamond swords, while those who've played and enjoyed Minecraft might actually see some structure that's missing in the original title and enjoy this title because of it. And I think that their close adherence to the graphical structure of the original Minecraft just did an excellent job at sort of solidifying all that together. Now, when it comes to sound, music, and voice, they're all handled out in the same manner as the prior titles. And since there are no real new main characters of note in this episode, I can simply say that the sound effects continue to reflect the themes of Minecraft, the music continues to set the tone, and the voices range easily from good to great depending on the situations. And that of course brings us to gameplay. This is bog standard for the titles and absolutely nothing changes. Listen, I get it, they're episodic and you don't want to throw too much new at a gamer, but wait. Actually, yeah, you do. See, to me, an episodic game is exactly where you'd want to throw new situations at a gamer, but instead, Story Mode continues to force choke the shit out of any chance that new situations will be presented. New experiences can be introduced at any point in a story, otherwise we wouldn't even have friggin' climaxes in a story. But we continue to see stymied developers wanting to mind neuter gamers by not introducing too much, and by doing so, they don't introduce anything. We have already grown through 3 other episodes in this series. I don't see why the goddamn same style of order puzzle needs to be used here again. It makes the episode feel identical to the ones before it. Now that's just in theme. In some ways, the continuation of the story does add some wrinkles that I found particularly interesting. Jesse and his team are still trying to defeat the Witherstorm, and through thick and thin and with an odd assortment of comrades, Jesse continues to play out as a fairly apt leader, regardless of the choices that you end up making. In fact, most choices, though routing you through the same overall decision, do add some complexity here, and it's funny that Minecraft offers a great deal of complexity in this avenue where some Telltale games haven't done so well. And I want to make sure it's clear that it's not that the other titles these guys have done don't dwell on this aspect. It's that the entire plot is about 2 groups, the original Order of the Stone and their legends, as well as Jesse, Reuben, and his friends and their own stories. And that interplay is interesting, especially with the almost Jerry Springer style surprises thrown at you from time to time within both groups and interacting within both groups. Now, in much of Minecraft Story Mode Episode 4, there are some pretty big changes. One age to the next, one friend to the next, one location to the next. And yeah, some of that does feel repeated from the prior episodes. And yet, just when you think, though, that this could feel unconnected or too random, the game's very occasional puzzles that are interwoven into the narrative of the story or a character within the story does an excellent job of bringing you back, despite the fact that many of those puzzles feel like they are pretty much carbon copied from prior episodes. Sadly, that impacts the gameplay, and this gameplay still consists of incredibly rote actions, and even the building of items is done now without even the slightest wink and nod towards its source material. In fact, in many ways, Episode 4 feels a bit rushed in that aspect, relegating the Minecraft source material to the very back. Luckily, the characters are enjoyable enough to carry the tale, but I felt that there was an incredible number of missed opportunities in this title alone. But in the end, really, the real question here is going to be if Episode 4 does a good job wrapping up the first part of this series, as we all know that there will indeed be another episode in 2016 that will further along the story. As long as it doesn't turn out to be Star Wars Christmas Special, I'm probably in. Fun factor. You know, Episode 4 was occasionally fun, but it was a more sedate journey through interesting lands than anything, and like the episodes before it, taking such open-ended source material and cramming it so forcefully into a linear presentation, despite some choose-your-own-adventure moments, is still profoundly felt by the gamer. So as you know, I rate games on a buy, wait for sale, rent, never touch it again rating scale. Of course, this is a buy, even though if purchased, it'd be purchased in a season pack anyway. Episode 4 would be worth a standalone price of, say, $5 quite easily. It does have what it needs and sets out to do what it needs to do, and it's a pretty good finale. It wraps up the initial story and leaves the title open for this mysterious next episode. But even as it does, its success comes at the price of requiring a great deal of care from the gamer towards these characters, because if they don't, then they're treated to the cliff notes of the Minecraft universe, skimming over its detail. Imagine asking somebody what Minecraft was like and they said, "Oh, you build stuff." More so than any other Telltale's title, especially in this episode, if you don't care for the characters, you cannot exist or even imagine existing within this game world, because frankly, there's barely any game world explored within this title. So anyway, that's it for me. I hope you guys like the review. If you do, hit thumbs up. If you don't, hit thumbs down. And as always, peace out. Oh, and Merry Christmas to everybody. Unless you don't celebrate Christmas, and then merry whatever you celebrate, even though it should be Christmas, because Christmas is awesome.